are the little empty depressions, and the came are the hummocks. Kettle and came topography. All right, we're going to come all the way back to Morrison Lake here. Look at the south end of the lake. We have a mound with a road on it. You guys see the road on it? What do you think that is? Recessional moraine. Quinn's never been here before. Anyone else agree? Concur?
I agree.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
What about that strip to the left of that one Kettle Lake? It's like
Ooh. Okay, we're gonna come back to that because that's a really good observation. So if we go all the way out
Congratulations.
to the outer ridge that we said is about even with us, you guys see what I'm talking about way out there? Not the ridge that's coming down off the mountain, right? See, that's like an actual bedrock ridge. We're talking about all the light yellowish grass above this small forest. You guys see that? It's a little bit lower than us. So if we step back, do you see any other recessional moraines from that larger terminal moraine? Are there any other ridges where
Would it be that first group of trees right there?
right over there? Yeah, do you guys see that little ridge? Okay, and it's almost connected to the one that Margaret was pointing out, but this one looks a little farther out. So as the glacier melted, right, it's going to step back, recede, right, it's still flowing downhill, it's going to pause, and to build that recessional moraine, it had to have a stable position there, right? Climate was stable. It was there for, maybe a century, maybe 2 centuries to build up a recessional moraine. Then we step back again to this series. There's like 3 little ridges in a row on this bigger ridge. You guys see that? There's one more kettle meadow down there, and then a bunch of trees and another ridge. That one's a pretty big recessional moraine. You can see the boulders on it. There's some big boulders. So we have the terminal moraine, then it stepped back, probably was out to where that Kettle Lake is, and the lateral moraine. So if it's a lateral moraine within a lateral moraine, what's that called? Yeah.
A bilateral.
Right, they're
moraine.
nested. We have nested moraines. And if you notice, look at this ridge finally. We can see how we just came over the steep section right here? And then there's that section right below us that's flat. Then look over there, it connects over to that side below the juniper. See the juniper rolls down? And then there's another lateral moraine crest. So we're on the upper, and then there's one just right there, 80 feet below us, okay? And you can see, this thing goes all the way down the slope into the drainage. So we had a lobe of ice that came down all the way to where we parked earlier. So the ice went down that way and it went out this way. And there's one little lobe off in the distance where the road disappears. You can see how the road just goes up and disappears? Yeah. I don't think there's till over there. So there's like one little knob that didn't quite get covered. Very nice. Very nice.
You said this, like the little 3D one, is called terminal?
Well, it'd be another recessional moraine. So that we call the terminal moraine the outermost moraine.
Oh, right.
But they're all at the terminus while the glacier's pausing there. So the only features we can see are the ones left over from when the ice was receding. But 135,000 years ago, during the Bull Lake period, the Bull Lake ice came down and may have made a bunch of recessional moraines. But then during the Pinedale, when the glacier re-advanced, it just wiped all that evidence away, right? Does that make sense? So the only way to find Bull Lake is if it's beyond the Pinedale. And throughout the Rockies, on average, the Bull Lake is about 10% further out in front of the Pinedale, but not everywhere. And so we don't know if we have Pinedale and Bull Lake here, or just Pinedale, and the Pinedale just bulldozed over the Bull Lake and then left all these recessional moraines. But can you imagine the amount of ice that would have been here?
A lot.
A lot, right?
Yeah, a lot.
At least probably 300 to 500 feet, you know, however high above Morrison we are. Does anyone know the elevation right here?
81,
Yeah, let me tell you.
Ooh, look on your map, look on your topo and Avenza. Pull up your topo. The topo map will give you the most accurate.
My iPhone
Yeah, we're
told me
about-
that we were at 8,440 feet.
How close is that?
Yeah, let's see what the topo says.
I mean, what the topo says.
How come my GPS is
Or ice or shit or whatever that was.
the topo map? This is weird, Avenza usually. Okay, let me open up in field new.
Oh, you look so good. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yep. Yep, that was good.
All right.